Welcome back to the Plus Side of Nashville, and we've been talking about Erika's Safe Place, a Williamson County nonprofit that serves at-risk youth. And my guest is Creighton, who is the founder and CEO of the organization. And we've been talking about how you work with these young people and so many of the problems that they face. Before when we were in the break, you and I sort of talked about when you're a teenager, it just seems like everything is dramatic for you.
Right.
And a lot of times I think young people have a hard time just learning how to cope and handle sort of any adverse situation. It's multiplied to them. Everything is bigger. Talk about some of the ways you work with them in your program.
Okay, so we have a 5-week curriculum that I do with the kids. And so I see them twice a week, Monday and Wednesday, for 5 weeks, and we discuss all types of things that they may be going through, from anger management to alcohol and drug prevention and education, self-esteem. We talk about sex, family issues, anything like that. And depending on that topic for that week, we then discuss coping skills and how to handle that situation. So obviously they're different for whatever the topic is that we're discussing. And depending on what group I have at that time, if it's more girls that are dealing with self-harm, then we may address that a little longer than normal. And so it's just really trying to get them to think positive. And so one of the sayings that I have is your thoughts control your emotions control your actions, and then your actions become your character. So I kind of just teach the kids, think about your thoughts, learn how to control those, and once you do that, you start to feel better. And when you improve the way you feel, you act better.
That is so very true. I know the parents must really appreciate your organization. How are the youth referred to you?
So majority of my kids are court ordered, and that's because parents may have filed unrulies and the kids have gotten in trouble at home, or the schools. So once they go through the court process, juvenile court in Williamson County then refers them to me. And so once they complete my program, then that's a part of their probation period with juvenile court. Now I do have families that have heard about it and have called me and asked if their kids can come, and schools have referred as well.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
Yes.
They see the good work that you're obviously doing, Katie. This organization is still relatively young, as a matter of fact. When were you established?
October 2015.
And already you're expanding.
Yes, yes. Since last year, we got a new facility. When we first started, I was actually in a board member's office, like one of her just small rooms. And so we have our own little house now in downtown Franklin, and we now do supervised visits for families and family assessments.
You know, I think a lot of people assume that a lot of the youth in Williamson County may not have issues, and that an organization like this in Williamson County, you know, does not necessarily seem like the place it should be.
Right.
But just because of where you grow up doesn't mean you don't have your share of problems.
Right, absolutely. And so I always tell people, Williamson County is not exempt. Nowhere is exempt. You know, there's struggles in everybody's home and family. And, you know, kids struggle at school, and kids struggle with self-esteem and everything. So for us to turn a blind eye to that actually just makes the situation worse.
Yeah.
And, you know, I started off with 1 to 2 kids, and now I have a waiting list. So obviously there is a need in the community.
Definitely. Well, there's another branch of your organization that I know you must be proud of, and that is Erikas Closet.
Yes.
What happens with Erikas Closet? What's that all about?
Well, my parents are foster parents, and my mom would call and tell me all the time, you know, she would get foster kids that would come with just underwear and socks and t-shirts. And I'm a social worker, so I see that as well a lot with my kids in my other job, and so I know that happens often. So I decided to start Erikas Closet at Erika Safe Place, and people are able to donate clothes for adolescents, and foster parents can come and take their kids, and they can get anything they want for free.
That is amazing. Is that one of your biggest needs? Because I know with nonprofits there's always a need to have donations and maybe other items. Are you hoping that folks will donate clothes to Erikas Closet?
Yes, I am, for girls and boys. We also need toys for our kids during supervised visits, and here hopefully within the next couple months we will need volunteers to actually help with the supervised visits.
Do you see Erikas Closet, I mean not just Erikas Closet, but Erika Safe Place growing and also maybe going outside of Williamson County someday?
That is my goal. To answer your first question, yes, we are going to grow. I've already put it in the universe. You know, God is good, and I know eventually we would like to add an educational piece for kids that are struggling and have tutors and everything at the facility offered for kids outside of school. And our long-term goal is to go and reach other counties. So obviously, like I said, starting in Williamson County, and then we would like to reach out to our surrounding counties.
Sounds great. What is your website?
It is erikasafeplace.com.
I think if your friend Erika was still alive, she would be so proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
You know, as a young woman who has gone on to be as successful, got your undergrad and your master's within just a record number of time.
Yes.
Record period of time, and now you're doing so much good. And this organization is not your full-time job.
No, it's not. I have a full-time job elsewhere where I've been almost 6 years, and that's where I started social work at. So I do Erika Safe Place in the evenings, on the weekends, on my lunch break, anything I can, and you just have to until you can get it off the ground.
Well, you're doing amazing work.
Thank you so much.
Katie, thank you so much for being here and keep up the continued good work that you're doing.
Thank you.
And I'm sure if anybody's out there watching and you want to donate funds, because nonprofits, as you know, can always use funds. If you want to check with her on volunteers or donate clothes to Erikas Closet, I'm definitely sure that would be appreciated. Well, up next, how women who are learning how to sew are gaining hope for their futures. Stay with us.